Alejandro Garnacho.
Yeah.
Do you want him at Chelsea?
Rubbish. You like incentivized to sell your academy players for pure profit? I mean, honestly, whoever made that up, ridiculous.
I think Spurs are the favourites.
You know, you look at Kirkes at Bournemouth. I think he'd be amazing for United.
Cheers, mate.
Salute.
Salute. All the health. Yes, people, welcome back to DR Sports for Pint with the Pro. Big shout out to Greenwood Sports Bar in Victoria. We're here to promote TNT's watching live sport in pubs. Joe Cole's about to pour me a Guinness. Let's see how he gets on. Right, you join me behind the bar with my good old friend, Mr. Joe Cole. We've been threatening to have a Guinness for some time now, so it's time to put it to the test. Pint with the Pro. Joe, I'm going to let you go first. I'm going to ask you a few questions whilst you're going for it.
Listen,
pick a glass.
I say, let me go with this one.
Any reason why you've gone for that one?
No, other than like, I thought I'll put that one there for you. It's easy for you to get.
Perfect.
So, right, for the perfect pint, tilt and pour.
Tilt and pour. 45-degree angle.
Right,
looking
okay,
for you,
right,
Joe.
okay. Let's see how this goes.
Good start. It's a very good start.
It's a good start. I wouldn't say it's a great start.
It's a
I think you need to let it settle for a little bit, right? They say.
I would have gone a little bit more, but you've gone for it. Let it settle.
Yeah, I've gone early there, haven't I?
You've gone a bit early.
I've gone a bit early.
First question I've got for you. You're going to the pub. We're here, for TNT Sports. They're promoting watching live sports in the pub. I want 3 people, it could be players or managers, that you'd like to spend the night with in the pub. Who are we going with?
Well, it's from my career.
Yeah.
Right, so person who I'll go with 2 people I spend nights with in pubs.
Right.
And so the first one, Wayne Bridge.
Yep.
Second one, Carlton Cole. They're my my guys.
Drinking buddies.
We've done it, but we'll do it again.
Been there, got the t-shirt.
Yeah. So
You've got to chuck a manager in as well.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the managers. Like, it's hard. Like, so obviously, Harry Redknapp, he likes a nice glass of red wine.
Ancelotti.
Carlo,
Mourinho.
yeah, I've had a few glasses of grappa.
Elvino did flow.
I've had a few glasses of grappa after the meal with Carlo. But I think I'd go with Harry.
You got to have
like Harry was like, Harry gave me my debut.
Yeah.
And he knows I'm sure. Yeah, good fun. Listen,
good fun.
Nobody holds court like Harry. He's got the most stories from Bobby Moore right the way through our era. Mate, it'd be brilliant to spend an evening with.
Right, I'm going to go for mine whilst yours settles.
Yeah. Is it settled now, or is it?
It's still 10% loading, that is, Joe.
Is that, yeah?
Okay,
you've worked in bars, right?
I have. Not very well. I've been sacked from all of them, to be fair, Joe, so don't listen to a word I say.
Yeah.
I want you to think of what your name of your pub would be whilst I go for mine.
Go on in. That's a great shout.
What are we thinking?
It'll be... I think I'd just go for...
the Cole Arms?
The Cole Arms sounds good to me. I think it's more about it'd have to be.
That's decent.
That's better, innit? You've gone.
Go on, you finish off yours.
Yeah. I'd like to, I do like going to the pubs, like brought up in that culture.
Yeah.
But it'd have to have the sport. That's one thing it'd have to have.
Yeah.
I go there now, but food, I do like. I know it's a bit controversial. Pub lunches, Sunday roasts. There's
Get
nothing
a little
better.
dome on the top as well, Joe.
What's that?
Little dome. Top it off.
Ooh,
See, there you go.
Yeah.
That's up the levels a bit, hasn't it? That's decent, right?
Do you know what? Now that's taken a while, right? So now when you're standing at bars and you're like,
where's my Guinness?
Where's my Guinness? It takes a while. Like all good things sometimes.
So I was thinking, Coley's Cavern.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah. I mean, and do you know what would be so important? All the good pubs and bars and
It's not bad.
working men's clubs that I've gone to over the year, it's always the people. You need to have a good barrel, a good selection of spirits and that. But it's the people, the
stories,
the bar staff, what
characters.
they like. So that
So Coley's Cavern, we got Carlton Cole in there, Wayne Bridge, Harry Redknapp, and the man himself.
Oh my God, what a night
I'm behind the bar.
Yeah.
All right. So let's have a little sip, mate. See how we get on.
That is all right, actually. Gonna give me the flavour.
I'll leave the tash on just so people know I've had a Guinness.
That's lovely, that is.
It's a lovely drop.
What day is it? Friday?
It's a Friday morning, Joe.
Yeah, wow, okay.
I'm actually not supposed to be drinking in a minute. Finally behind the bar with my man, Owen Hargreaves. He's been on DR Sports before, haven't you?
I remember, yeah, we had a. I just remember being really funny. We just had a right giggle.
Owen, if sad music starts playing at any moment, I'm so sorry, but it's fine.
As long as it's slow R&B jam, I don't mind. I love it slow. It is what it is, you know?
That's
it is
it,
what it is.
That's it. No, go.
It is what it is. No.
That's what we do on DR Sports. We do it a bit different, right? So welcome back. Thank you very much, sir.
He's sorting the Guinness out.
He's sorting the Guinness out. I think it's
That's
working.
your fault, because you said you only drink Guinness.
I know, I was tampering with it and I think I might have broken it, but looks like we're back in business there. How are we?
I'm not too bad. Yeah, I'm good. Been a busy week of football, obviously. There's always seems to be a bit of football on, but no, Champions League was crazy. Obviously, the Barcelona game was nuts the other day, and then
what a game!
Every time you watch the Champions League, something crazy happens. So.
That's it. And listen, the home of European football this year, TNT Sports. Make sure you don't miss out. Question for you: United edged it last night, didn't they? Your former team, 2-1, last minute, scenes, limbs all over the gaff. Should United now be expected to win the Europa League?
I mean, they probably got the best squad in there. I think with Tottenham, you'd hope so, but I think anybody.
I wouldn't hope so.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're a Liverpool fan, aren't you? But I think every time you watch United, you never know what you're going to get. And so I think the two bookies' favourites in the competition are United and Tottenham. And let's be honest, Tottenham on a good day, we've seen them. They beat City, they beat Liverpool. They could beat anyone, but we've seen them get beat from anyone as well. So it's quite ironic that two teams that have been pretty crazy and consistent are the two bookies' favourites. But I think both of them need it, because the Premier League's, I think, done for both of them in terms of finishing top four. So getting into the Champions League, you've got to win the Europa League. So I think for both teams, it's almost the whole season.
Can you imagine KG versus Abbey, a Tottenham Man United final? It would be unbelievable. But listen, Amorim, he's come in with big pedigree. He's obviously hasn't had the greatest start. Should United fans be upset if they don't come away with this trophy now? There's obviously a rich tradition in Europe for United, but I feel like they have to win this. I know Lazio are at the top of the table as things stand, and they're going to take some moving. But if I was a United fan, which I'm definitely not, I'd be upset if we didn't win this competition.
No, there's too many good teams in it, so you'd expect, you know, especially the way United have played. Athletic Club, I think the finals in their stadium, they're a good side. Real Sociedad, Lazio. So there's loads of good teams that could win it, and it comes down to form. But you know, Ruben has had crazy success. I love the fact that he's probably the best communicator in a foreign language I've ever seen. He's so open, and so, if anything, I think sometimes he's probably too open because of the amount of issues that Man United have. Obviously, this is going to be a huge, week, I think, in terms of are players going to stay or leave, because he probably wants to get a few players that suit the way he plays. These United boys have never really played his formation, and I think it shows. That's why they've struggled. So to expect them to go win it because of the name on the shirt and the history of the club, that's not going to happen. But if they get it right and they go on a little mini run, they could. But I think it's probably been a lot harder than Ruben would have anticipated coming.
Absolutely.
Because I think he had such great success in Sportings. But the thing is, they need time. If they don't win it or not, they just need to give him time so he can kind of build his team.
You're right, and Sporting have actually faltered a bit since he's left them. Tough question, this one, Owen. But if you were in charge, what are the three things that you would do to turn it around at United? Putting the power in your hands here.
Not going to lie, I don't think three's enough. Look, there's so many. What are we talking? Like, because the stadium needs work, the training ground needs work.
Yeah, there's one. That can be off
that's
pitch.
Separate. That's separate. I think they're trying, obviously, with all the, changing kind of the whole structure of the football club. But I think right now I think they need to add a striker. The biggest issue has been kind of goal scoring. I think the way Ruben Amorim plays, wing backs are almost an essential part of the team, and he only really plays two centre mids. So I think he needs striker, a left wing back, and a super athletic midfield player. So I think look at Kirkes at Bournemouth. I think he'd be amazing for United. I look at Edison, who plays for Atalanta, midfield player, Brazilian, super athletic. I think he'd be amazing as well. And Osimhen, I think he's obviously got a bit tricky situation with Napoli. He's on loan. Look, they're the things I would do. But again, you got the stadium, you got the training ground, and also I think the whole situation with the fans. They got to find a way to the fans are some of the best fans in any sport. And I just think there's been so much change and ticket price going up. You've got to find a way to keep them inside, because the way it's been for the last decade, you know, they've been so supportive of watching the team kind of go through these ups and downs. And I think you don't want to alienate them too much.
Listen, a lot of things to do at United. Alejandro Garnacho, right? It's a name that is potentially going to be leaving Old Trafford. We're hearing Chelsea are linked. I mean, if I was a United fan, again, I'm not, but if I was, I wouldn't want him to go.
Nah, crazy. Can't let these, you know, he's coming from Atletico Madrid as a young kid into the academy, and the goal is to promote these kids and get them into the first team. Good luck trying to go find a kid that talented. You know, what would he cost in the market? So whatever you sell him for, they're going to cost more. And they got to get used to the football club. The kid plays with his heart in his sleeve. The only thing I think for him is probably the way Ruben Amorim plays. You know, Marcus Garnacho, they're used to playing wide, and when you play in that position, it's completely different because the game's in front of you. Mm-hmm. The way Ruben plays, these guys are like 2 narrow 10s, and they have basically, rather than seeing kind of the fullback, he's got his back to the ball, to the defender all the time. So it doesn't really suit wingers. It suits 10s that are really good on the half turn, that kind of receive it like De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, those types of guys. So it might not suit him the way the manager plays, but I wouldn't sell him. No chance. I love him. I think he's such a brilliant player. And but they might need the money. I don't know. So, but I don't agree with it. And I hate that rule where you can, you know, that
PSR.
It's rubbish. You like incentivized to sell your academy players for pure profit. I mean, honestly, whoever made that up, ridiculous.
Well, listen, there's a lot of things to work on at Manchester United. Will they win the Europa League? Yes or no?
I hope so.
That's not what I was looking for, Owen. I need a yes or no answer, please, my friend.
I'm going to say, you know, it's like football's form. Right now I say no, but my heart's going to say yeah. I think just for Ruben, the fans, they deserve it, so I'm going to say yeah.
And it's a great way to get back into the Champions League as well. Of course, you can watch the Champions League, Europa League, the Conference League, all on TNT Sports. Owen,
thanks,
man.
That's
Man
giving
City,
me the flag
right? They're buying players again in January. Can we see them push on in the Champions League? Obviously, they've got a very big hill to climb in that. But are we going to see them start to push on now?
We will see them start to push on. Like I said, when it all happened and it was all going wrong, I said Pep will find a solution. Do you know what I mean? What I would say is, though, we've not seen Pep make many mistakes in his career. I think selling Cole Palmer was one of his huge mistakes, and also after watching Julian Alvarez for Atletico Madrid the other night, I think that's another two massive mistakes him, the club, have made. But
Lavia maybe as well.
Lavia, yeah. There's lots of, you know, Delap even. Delap, you know what I mean? Like so. But I think that'll probably reinvigorate him. I think he'll want to prove people wrong, and I think he's got the fire in his belly now, and I think they'll be back. Yeah.
Nothing a quick 200 million can't solve in January. I'm sure.
Helps.
It does help when you got a few quid.
Yeah.
Who's winning the Champions League from this point?
But if you ask me where to put my tenner, it'll be Liverpool. No, but it's like that ain't. You know, I'm not playing to the crowd here. Like they just look phenomenal. I think Arne Slot's done a great job. I know we've all said that, but one thing that's crucial in the Champions League is experience. You know, big games. I think they were light. This little, it's not even a bad run, but a few draws here and there. If they would have been 10 points clear, which they could have been,
should have been
actually. I think it would help them. I think they'll get drawn back in a little bit, which I think always hurts the English sides because our league's so competitive. True. The two favourites for me are Liverpool and Arsenal.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. Your former team Chelsea are in the Conference League. They must win it, surely, Joe.
Yes. No. I've said it from.
There's no excuses, is there?
There's no excuses. They should win. You know, and they should win that competition. That is it's. The group stage has been it's been fantastic for the squad to get everyone games, have a look at players, blood in a few young players. It's been great, and you're looking around at the opposition, and there shouldn't be anyone that troubles them. So Chelsea fans should book their tickets to Poland. Do you know?
Get involved, boys.
Yeah. I'll go big on that because it's such a disparity between where they are. You can lose a game of football.
Sure.
You can lose a game if the players get sent off. You know, we've seen it before, but they should win the competition.
Should be. And Spurs, Europa League, obviously United are in it as well. Lazio at the top of the table right now.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite to win the Europa League?
I think Spurs are the favourites. I do.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason I think of it is because they're having such a sticky spell, such a difficult spell. Van de Ven and Romero are going to be back in February. Going forward, they're fine. I think Archie Gray's been brilliant, Bergvall. So in this difficult spell, they've blooded two teenagers who I think are going to be top players. So add that to Romero and Van de Ven, I think they'll be peaking just as the confidence comes. So I think Spurs fans could be, quietly confident. I know it's dark at the moment, but.
And just as we have our last sip each, cheers, mate.
Salute.
Salute. All the health. Lovely drop. Alejandro Garnacho.
Yeah.
Do you want him at Chelsea?
I do want it, but I want all good players to come to Chelsea. But if you've got, I don't know the financial situation. We're very strong in that area. You've got Neto who can play off the left. You've got Sancho who can play off the left. Tariq George is coming through, and you start to think to yourself, we need more strength and depth in defence and a little bit of experience. They would be my two things, and he's neither of them. But he's a fantastic player. So unless you're offloading players to bring him in, I'd probably want to spend money elsewhere. But that's my opinion.
Okay. Well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate.
Absolute pleasure.
Pint with a pro behind the bar. Shout out to TNT Sports, the home of European football. Enjoy it, mate. Lovely drop. Quickly, just before we go, rattle through it.
Yeah.
Top 4 prediction in the Prem.
Top 4 prediction in the Prem. Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yeah. Forest? You having them?
Chelsea, Forest.
Chelsea? City aren't even getting in the top 4.
No, sorry. My apologies. You put me on a spot there. Chelsea, City.
Chelsea, City.
Yeah,
so
I think
Forest are
will
going to falter.
Although I would love to see them do it.
Yeah. It's a good story, isn't it? Joe?
Yeah.
What a geezer.
Pleasure.
Top man. Love the jumper as well.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Bosh.
You know I like that.